The movie is Together, which was written and directed by Michael Shanks. The horror film follows Tim and Millie, a couple who are years into their relationship and find themselves at a crossroads when they move to the countryside, abandoning all that is familiar to them except for one another. With tensions already flaring between them, a nightmarish encounter with a mysterious, unnatural force threatens to corrupt their lives, their love, and their flesh. I'd been looking forward to this movie ever since I heard about it. Personally, I think body horror is one of the most deeply disturbing categories of horror because the idea of losing your bodily autonomy in some way, shape, or form is incredibly scary.
I can't feel my legs, Mr. Krabs.
Which is why this concept is really just so good, because being in a relationship means that you now have to consider this other person in your life. Sure, you do still have autonomy, but you don't have absolute freedom to do whatever you want without consideration for your other half. At least not if you want to be a good partner. There's a give and take if you have conflicting opinions on something. Whether it's something as trivial as deciding what movie to watch or as life-altering as having a child, you now are two parts of a whole that have to make these decisions together.
Together.
As I said, in a relationship, you really do become two parts of a whole. And this movie just takes that idea a very big step further by imagining that physically. And of course, on the other side of that coin is splitting up.
And we'll do that together too.
In the movie, the couple tries to physically separate themselves from one another, and it is extremely painful and messy, just like it is in a relationship. The longer you're with someone, the more intertwined the two of you become, and it just becomes terribly difficult to extricate yourself from this other person. You're likely bound to lose parts of yourself in the process, because your lives have just merged in so many different ways. At a certain point, there is no such thing as a clean break, because it becomes impossible to know exactly where you end and this other person begins. And the physical depictions of all those things in this film are truly horrific. I think beyond the rich metaphors and symbolism around relationships, this is just a great horror movie. Like, if all the relationship stuff went completely over your head, you'd probably still enjoy this as a horror flick. I think its real strength is that it manages to do both of those things super well. The scenes in the film where the couple starts to experience the seemingly unstoppable, brutal melding of their bodies had my jaw on the ground because they are so grotesque. It's hard to watch at times, which only further emphasizes the themes of the film, asking the audience the very difficult question, do you really want to be stuck to this person forever?
Well, I guess we're stuck together then forever then, right?
Every scene that occurred at night had me in a cold sweat. From the awful, eerie sound design and off-putting noises you would hear, coupled with the petrifying jump scares that made some people in my theater audibly shriek, those scenes were particularly scary and just so well done. It was also shot really well, with excellent lighting and imagery that kept you on edge for the entirety of the film, as it made even the scenes that were more mundane and ordinary feel dark and anxiety-inducing. Alison Brie and Dave Franco are co-stars in the film, but they're also a couple in real life, and I think that really came through in their performances because they had such on-screen chemistry, and the tension between them felt palpable. They each really blew me away with their portrayals of their characters. I think at first the acting felt a little bit off, but I think that's because I'm so used to seeing these two in comedic roles. It felt weird seeing them as these characters that have so much baggage and negative energy attached to them. While I've seen that some people weren't fans of the ending of the film, personally I really liked it. I think that's a very difficult plane to land, and I think that the current ending is really the only one that makes sense and that continues to drive home the thematic messaging of the film. This is hands down one of my favorite horror movies of the year because of its impactful and relatable themes and rich metaphors, the strength of the acting performances from its two co-stars, the very scary and deeply unsettling horror elements and imagery, and the amazing visuals to further drive home the movie's messaging. If you're a horror movie fan, you absolutely have to catch this one in a theater while you still can. So go watch Together. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. Please like the video or share it with a friend. Add a comment letting me know what you thought of this movie or what movie you think I should review next. I put out a movie review each week, so subscribe to stay tuned. Thanks, y'all.